so he agreed to have the summit with Putin after NATO, which in itself a symbolic victory for Putin. He's been the bull in the China shop at NATO, as some feared that could happen. That's happened. All of this seems to be at least rhetorically helpful to Vladimir Putin. Why shouldn't more? Bob Menendez is out there going, hey, you know, sort of somewhat snarkily and maybe somewhat seriously going, boy, he's doing Vladimir Putin's bidding. Something must be up.
Look, I think if he had done the Putin summit before the NATO summit, a lot of people would be criticizing him for that. You know, this guy can't win.
You think there's no win with Putin?
This guy can't win. What he's doing.
But does he deserve to win on this with the Putin stuff?
Well, I think
how he's handling
I think actually this is going to work out if it is true that what they've agreed to is a statement that strengthens the deterrent posture of NATO vis-a-vis Russia. I think that's actually a pretty good platform for him to have this conversation with Russia. I don't expect much to come out of this. I don't think Vladimir Putin is going to give him much concessions on anything. But it will do one thing. It's odd that everyone is so worried about this, since European leaders talk to Vladimir Putin all the time.
All the time.
It's just an American president somehow that can't. Yeah. And it is not healthy. And I'm no fan of what Russia has been doing for the last X years, but it is not healthy for there to be no relationships between the United States and Russia. And quite frankly, all those relationships at various levels we built after the Cold War, they're all gone. And some of those need to be rebuilt.
Hello, YouTubers. If you're watching this, it means you've checked out our channel, so thank you. Now do me a favor, subscribe by clicking on that button down there. Click on any of the videos to watch the latest interviews and highlights from MTP Daily and MSNBC. You can get more Meet the Press content every morning in the First Read newsletter. If you're tired of content that you don't know anything about where it came from, you don't have to have that problem with us. NBC News, MSNBC, MTP, and the Meet the Press mindset right here for you on YouTube. Subscribe now.